In this section, we're going to see how an increase in aggregate demand, an initial increase, can actually result in a much larger change in aggregate demand called the multiplier effect. Graphically, this multiplier effect would look like this. Again, we have our GDP on the horizontal axis and price level on the vertical axis, and our downward sloping aggregate demand curve. Let's consider an autonomous increase in business investment spending, say $100 million in business investment spending caused by lower interest rates. So that increase in business investment spending equal to $100 million would be the cause of aggregate demand curve to shift from AD to AD prime. It also represents an increase in income to the suppliers of that plant, equipment, and capital goods to businesses. So there's an increase in income of $100 million as a result of that spending. And those folks are going to spend in accordance with their marginal propensity to consume. As you know, the marginal propensity to consume is equal to the change in consumption over the change in income, using change in Y to reflect change in income. Let's assume that the marginal propensity to consume is equal to 0.8, meaning that any change in income, they're going to spend 80% of that and save 20%. So in this case, if the businesses spend $100 million, then the recipients of that income are going to spend an increase in consumption equal to $80 million, which would shift the aggregate demand curve to the right by another $80 million. That represents additional or new income in the amount of $80 million to the suppliers of those consumer goods and services, and they're going to increase consumption by 80% of that new income, or $64 million, which would shift the aggregate demand curve again to the right by another $64 million. Now, this process theoretically can go on and on where new income is generating new spending. And we have a formula for this called the multiplier. The multiplier is equal to M equals 1 over 1 minus the marginal propensity to consume. Or we can do a little algebra and say the multiplier is equal to 1 over the marginal propensity to save. In this case, that would be equal to 1 over 0.2 or 5. So theoretically, the original increase in $100 million in business investment spending could result in an increase in aggregate demand curve out to $500 million. That's the multiplier effect. And it shows you that the aggregate demand curve can shift way more than the initial change in aggregate demand caused by an autonomous change. This completes our initial study of the concept of aggregate demand. We now know that the aggregate demand curve graphically is a downward sloping straight line, reflecting that when the price level changes, there's a change in the amount demanded, a movement along the aggregate demand curve. If there's an autonomous change in any one of the 4 components of aggregate demand, we know that the aggregate demand curve will shift, reflecting a change in the amount demanded at every price level. And finally, we know that an initial change in aggregate demand can cause a much larger change in aggregate demand. These are important concepts to keep in mind as we move through the course and we study how the Federal Reserve and the government use monetary policy and fiscal policy to try to fine-tune our economy. Bear these lessons in mind.